Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't a little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO, man. It's your boy D Free. What's going on, man? AK the Oscar here. You see he in rare form. He ready to get cooked tonight.
What's good?
How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm good.
Man, what you think about Devin Haney's performance, man? We gotta talk about that first thing, man.
His performance was excellent. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better performance. The only thing he didn't do is get the knockout. I mean, he did everything he said he was going to do outside of the knockout. That man said he was going to come in there, he was going to beat Regis up, and he was going to show that Regis don't belong in the ring with him. And he did just that. I mean, he beat that man every single round. He got a knockdown in the third round. He hurt him. I believe it was like the 7th or the 8th round. He hurt Regis. So, I mean, he did everything he can possibly do outside of getting a knockout.
Where did that power come from, man? I heard some people out there making some noise about where did that new power come from. What do you think that was?
Man, like I told you, Devin Haney might have a little more oomph on his punches, being though that he was moving up in weight. Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you're draining yourself and you cutting weight to be at a lower class that you should be out of, it takes away from your power. It takes away from your stamina. It takes away from your punch output. I mean, it takes away a lot of stuff from you. And like I said, what people fail to realize is Devin Haney been fighting at 135 since he was what, 16 years old.
Yeah, like 8 years, right?
Yeah, he's been at 135 for 8 years. So that man was supposed to be out of that weight class a long time ago. But he wanted to be undisputed, so he stayed down there and put his body through the tests and the pressure of draining himself to be at 135. But we see him at a bigger weight, and we see that he has a little more sting on his punches at 135, because I believe this was the first time that I ever seen Regis actually hurt. I seen Regis get knocked down before, but I never seen Regis actually get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Hey, as you see, we got our guest moderator in the building, man. What's going on, Wyatt? How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you guys? Had a problem trying to log in, but I'm here.
We're going to let you go ahead and go. I know you got some questions, man. Go ahead with the first question. We ready to get going.
Yes. Okay. So is Devin Haney? It sounds like you guys are already talking about him. Is Devin the American Dream Haney the real deal?
I would
Um,
say, go ahead. Oh, go ahead,
go ahead.
Free.
No, you
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. You go ahead. You go
Oh,
ahead.
I would say yes and no. Um, because I mean we got to be honest, and one thing Free said was true. He showed a lot of different things, but the main thing we didn't see was he should have fought, Tio. I mean, that was a soft touch. I kind of was a little disappointed that would be the first fight. I mean, come on, man, that kind of was a cherry pick. So I would get that performance, definitely a B minus. I mean, because he did what he's supposed to do. But beating up an Uber driver, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to give him too much credit. But go ahead, go ahead.
I don't know how you call Regis Prograis a Uber driver. I mean, the man was the WBC champion. At the time that he made the fight, your boy Tio said he was retired. So I mean, he fought the champion. He fought Regis Prograis, who at the time was considered the number one fighter at 140 pounds. So I mean, if you say the number one fighter at 140 pounds is the Uber driver, what's the rest of the guys? If that's the Uber driver, what's the rest of them?
Well,
So I mean that, and you said you give him a B minus.
hmm
I mean, how you give this man a B minus? This man won every single round. He dropped Regis Prograis. He
hmm
hurt Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis, he set the record for the least amount of punches landed on Devin Haney in a
hmm
12-round title fight. This man literally only landed 3 punches per round. This man only landed 36 punches in a 12-round title fight. How you get that a B minus? I mean, like I said, the only thing he didn't do was knock him out. So I got to give him an A for his performance. Now he would got an A plus if he would have knocked him out, but he definitely get an A for his performance.
we gotta be honest, Free. I mean, one thing that my brother Free is not gonna do is look at Reed's resume. His best one is against Zepeda. Who is Zepeda? I mean, that he might as well work on a doggone taco truck. I don't know. I don't know where you in the world you could say he's a number one at 140 when he lost to Josh Taylor, and we seen Tio completely obliterate Josh Taylor. So it's like I think it goes back to what I always say, man. It's a popularity contest, man. It's a lot of people that love Devin Haney. I get, he got the black father thing going. His dad got one of the best mouths in boxing. I honestly could say I would say Bill Haney might be one of the best promoters in boxing. What you think about that, man? He got to
I
be
mean,
because his son is
I,
not that, and he still got him, fighting, setting records, doing his thing, man. Go ahead.
I mean, like I said, the man set a record for the least amount of punches landed on him. So I mean, up until that, I mean, it was Shakur Stevenson, the least amount of punches that was thrown in the fight or landed in the fight. But I didn't say that he was number one. That's what they said. His
Who is
his
they?
it,
Who is they?
TO's platform that he fight for, ESPN. They said that Regis was number one. That's TO's platform. That's not Devin's. That's not Regis. That's TO's platform. They said he was number one. I mean,
And
so I didn't come up with the rule. I don't have a say in who's number one and who's not. That's what they said he was.
you know what? That's why I love this brother Free because you talking about an absolute politician. My God.
Here you go.
Oh my God. Because
I go
the
by the
man
facts.
the man can say something when I said absolutely nothing. And that's why I love Free. He just
Do you
said
guys
like,
ever agree on anything?
well,
Ever?
No, he don't agree with nothing I say because he wants to be the Skip Bayless.
no, I don't. No, I don't. You know what's funny? And to say a crazy attack like that against a black man, it's just like, sometimes I don't get where this comes from, man, because I could cast aspersions as well. But you know what? Be Free's a Puerto Rican. I don't say nothing about Puerto Ricans. But me, because I'm black, I gotta be Skip Bayless. I gotta be all this crazy stuff. I mean, I'm sorry,
Did
Dr.
you
Umar. I can only be
did you
myself.
not? You say hold on. You say you don't say nothing about the Puerto Ricans.
No.
Oh, I could have sworn when we thought the Frank Martin and the Shakur Stevenson fight was going to happen, you said Frank Martin was going to knock the tacos out of Shakur Stevenson.
I thought so.
Did you not say that?
Yeah, he kind of just did.
I did say that, but what we said, I mean, like I said, you see how he does. Like I said, D Free's a charming guy. He'll fool you and make you think he's telling you something that you don't know. But I gotta catch him where he's at. At the end of the day, you see, was a great show. You had Bill Haney, who we gotta remember is a convicted felon. You know, he went in there, he sold the fight. He was talking about Floyd Mayweather. He was talking about Tank Davis. Nothing about that was about Devin Haney. All he did was create a fight about who Devin could fight. Maybe it'd be Matias. Maybe it'd be Tio. Maybe it'd be Tank. I want to see a promotion where they don't mention Tank Davis. That's the thing I'm saying, man. And Free. I mean, I give him great credit. I mean, if you go in there and you knock out a very sturdy Uber driver, I'm gonna give you credit. It is what it is, man. I mean, the dude look like one of the dudes that work at Amazon that stand outside waiting for the bus. I mean, that's what he looks like.
If Reed is an Uber driver, like I said, he was number one. If he's an Uber driver, I guess your man is a cyclist. He delivers on a bike. I guess he delivers on a bike because that man is an Uber driver. He's number one. So I mean, I can't. I mean, I understand what you're saying when you say you don't want to hear them say something about Tank Davis, but I mean, let's be honest. From 140 on down, actually 147 on down, Tank Davis is the money man. That's where the money is at. It's with Tank Davis. So absolutely. I hear Matias call out Tank Davis. I hear a lot of people at 140 call out Tank Davis because he's where the money's at. So Bill Haney is doing what he's supposed to do as a promoter. So I mean, I can't knock the man for trying to get his son put into the limelight and be on the promotion side. Now we all know that Bill Haney will say a lot of different things and then he'll pick which one he's gonna go with. But like I said, I can't knock him for being a promoter because that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to promote his fighter, and that's what he's doing.
And you know, and again, Free did it again. If you ever want to know P3, one of the best guys on YouTube, man, part of the Road with the Punches podcast. This cat, man, really just sat on here and said nothing again, and just a nice win. That's exactly what he just did. So, I mean, like my man Monty Brown TV said, BVO speaking facts. I think the funny thing about it is this. Devin Haney is just like you ever go see somebody get their hair cut. This is for the guys. If you ever see somebody get a good haircut, you go get your haircut by that barber, he straight clip you. Straight look like you have you looking crazy. That's exactly what Bill Haney does. He talks a good game, but he does nothing. All he really doing is doing his best Winner Ellaby impression. And I think it's sickening that he has to mention Tank. He said Tank's name, I think they said 45 times in the press conference. You had the one guy, I guess, who was a former stripper that was working with Regis Prograde, the strength and training condition, the strength and training conditioner, whatever that guy was, strength and conditioning coach. He's talking about Tank Davis. Coach. Yes, he's talking about Tank Davis. You got Regis Prograde talking about Tank Davis. You got the Dublin commentators talking about Tank Davis. I mean, at the end of the day, and I hate to say this, when he's going to get off of Tank's nuts and go fight somebody like a Tio, because we see Tio checking live. We seen that live. What do we say? You don't want to do it. You don't want to see me. You don't want to do it. And we've seen how terrified Devin Haney was, and we haven't seen them together since.
So you mean stripper like Magic Mike kind of stripper? What
I think so. Big black dude. I don't know.
Can I ask a question? Why you don't say nothing about Tio getting off of Tank's nuts? Because Tio say Tank's name too. You ain't say nothing about that. Tio said Tank's name too. But that's right. I know what it is. I know what it is. I just figured it out. I try to figure it out. I was like, damn, why keep going at Bill Haney? I know what it is.
What is it?
He's mad because Tio don't have a promotional band behind him like Devin Haney does. That's what it is. Because Bob Burnham don't promote Tio. That's what the problem is. You mad that Tio don't get promoted. And Devin Haney is getting promoted by his father. And so that's what the problem is.
And again, like I said, and Free does this all night. Like I said, very eloquent brother, man, knows what he's talking about sometimes. But again, he said absolutely nothing. The fact is this, when you see the fight, right? The one time in that fight, did you say that fight was good? No, it was boring. It was the same old Devin Haney fight. It was boring. He really didn't do nothing to shock you. I mean, he looked stronger. But I mean, come on, dude. Did he bang with the guy? No. He did not.
Did
He
you
was
just
on
say
his
that
back.
fight was boring?
Yeah, that fight was boring.
That is not what you said when you was watching the fight.
Hey, I watched it again. I was wrong. I was wrong. I could be wrong. Hey, I could be
I
wrong.
love how every time you say something, then you go back and watch it again. I was wrong.
Well, people are allowed to change the way that they
Yeah,
feel.
you know, we see what he did.
Right.
And the thing you don't understand, it's because I'm black that he wants to attack me. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna let you go to the next
I'm
question.
just going by what you say. I can't go by nothing but what you say out your mouth. You said that fight was good, but now all of a sudden it's boring.
After I watched it again, it was boring.
After he watched it again, it was boring. So what I'm going to say is you can moonlight as an Amazon driver when you're an Uber driver. Okay. So you could be doing both and you could be a cyclist. So we're gonna move on to the next question. Is y'all bugging? Okay. So why are so many fighters ducking Tio?
I don't know. It's just we just seen the guy Matias who had a great performance. I want to admit that was an action-packed performance. Made the man cool on the stool, really beat the life out of him. Strong, long, tall puncher. Very impressive. Great ring movement. I mean, but just an absolute animal in the middle of the ring. All of a sudden, after all that great performance, which I would give probably a B minus as well, because the guy who fought was probably one of those guys that work at the sandwich shop. So he wasn't really that great, but he was one of those guys that you see that cut the gyro meat. But I'll say this: then all of a sudden, as soon as T.O. sent the man a contract, he says he fell on the stairs and broke his hand. We ain't seen one X-ray. We ain't seen nothing. And we all know the famous history of Devin Haney, talking all this cash money, all this and that. And then T.O. sees him, and he looks terrified and T.O. said, you don't want to do it. Not on my blood. You don't want to do it. And we don't get to fight. So it's just at some point, man, we got to call what we see. I don't know why these guys are scared of T.O. I mean, they were scared of Floyd. I mean, when you see guys like Floyd, Muhammad Ali, man, Teofimo Lopez, it's a tough fight. People don't want to take tough fights. But I'll let you go, Free. What you think, Free?
Man, did you just say Matias ducked Tio? When Matias had his fight, he had to report to the commissioner to let him know about his injury. Mm-hmm. This man has an X-ray showing that his hand is broken. This man, Tio, gave him a date to fight him on Super Bowl weekend when he know he couldn't fight him because his hand was broken. It wasn't like he just came up with his hand being broken. This was known a week after his fight was done. He reported that his hand was broken. So Tio knew that, and that's when Tio sent the contract. Once he realized that his hand was broken, they sent the contract, say, "Hey, we want to fight. February, the Super Bowl weekend, February, I believe it's February 14th, somewhere around there. He want to fight the Super Bowl weekend." And Matias like, "I can't fight you. My hand is broken. But what I am going to do is postpone it. I'm going to try to fight you in April." So that doesn't sound like a man that's ducking. That sounds like a man that's trying to wait for his hand to heal and then get in the ring with Tio.
Man, this is funny because do we not see Muhammad Ali finish exhibition with a broken leg? I mean, that's what great fighters do. They get in there and fight. So again, like I said, Free does what he always does, man. He comes up with good point. You think he's saying something? You be like, you know what? That's a deep brother right there. I like this guy. And then he just come out with some straight up propaganda to finish the whole statement. And I gotta just say this, man. You know the man said his hand was broke before he fought, right? So if your hand was broke before it's broke, why in the world wouldn't you just wrap it up and fight? But I will say this: Tio did do something. Salute to my man Marky Dan at BVO Boxing News at BVO News. He showed a report. He sent over a report that basically said that Tio was willing to do the fight. They're gonna be fighting in June. So I do give Matias credit because he did grow up here enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna fight this young legend, man, in June. Even though I don't want to, I got a mysterious hand injury after I looked spectacular in my last fight. At some point, man, it's just crazy, man. We just gotta be real, man. The dude is just the most feared guy under 147. It's crazy.
How can a man be feared and fighting at the same time? This man, you said the man is scared of him, but he's fighting him. He said, once my hand is healed, we can fight. And then you say, I'm gonna give him a B minus, but you just said he just had a spectacular fight. How can you give a spectacular? So what is a A? If a spectacular is a B minus, what is an A?
Now A is what we seen. A is what we seen when Terrence Crawford went in there and took his butt off.
What is the word for an A? You said spectacular is a B minus. What is the word for an A? Because amazing, spectacular, that sound like A talk. That don't sound like a B minus. That don't sound like a B minus.
Salute to my brother Dub right side. Salute to my brother Mark Nash in the chat. But you know the funny thing is, you see how D3 wants to focus on one word. That's when you know he's getting cooked. That's when you know he's getting cooked right there. He showed his hand. That's what it is. You don't want to do this with me, man. I keep trying to tell you, bro. I do this more than you, bro.
And you backtracking on everything you said. You backtracking on everything you said.
No,
No, you just said I gotta give that man respect because he ain't going to fight him. But you just said he ducked him. But the man said I can't fight you Super Bowl weekend because my hand is broke.
No, his hand is not broke. That's a lie.
So if I pull up the report that his hand is broke, then what?
So you got receipts?
Yeah, I got receipts.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I need to see him.
Yeah, I got receipts.
You got to see him, free. You know that's what free do. That's
Thank you.
Do.
Thank
now
you.
Got receipts.
Thank you.
Receipts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're going to get the receipts.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you know what? I gotta say this. Honestly, what we seen with Devin Haney, of course we all get caught up in the whole father-son dynamic. But I love to see what Bill's doing. To be able to take his son, turn his son into a world champion 2 times over. Even though I don't necessarily like the way Bill does a lot of things, but man, you gotta give Bill, a lot of credit. That's a heck of a job for your son to be 25 years old. I think he's made about $20 million so far in his career. It's just amazing to see. And I really hope that Bill Haney gets more credit going forward for what he's doing. Because I'm telling you, man, it's one of them things where you don't see that all the time, where a guy who don't know nothing about boxing just says, you know what, I'm going to make my son a champion. I got to give him a lot of credit for that. Salute to Bill Haney on that. Because, say what we want about Bill Haney. Yeah, he's a former convicted felon. We know he spent a lot of time in jail. But he turned his life around, got his son in position, and really went back home and put on a heck of a show. It just was boring. And at the end of the day, his son is not like a Tio, or his son is not like a Matias or a Tank. He just ain't that, and it kind of sucks, but he just ain't that.
I don't think nobody's past has anything to do with their future. So
I can still hear you.
So being a convicted felon don't mean shit. It is what it is, right?
That's true. But we got to know what kind of man we're dealing with. It's the type of dude where Bill Haney type of dude who will steal your phone and help you look for it. So you got to know what kind of guy it is you're dealing with. So that's the type of stuff. That's all I'm saying. You got to know who you're dealing with. This type of cat, this type of dude, this is a dude that'll steal food out your fridge while you sleep. So you got to be careful with a cat like that. I'm just telling
analogies from.
I'm just being honest. That's what happened. You wake up, you go in the kitchen, you comb your hair in the back of your fridge, you done took all your food out your fridge. So it is what it is. I got a lot of love for Bill Haney. Go ahead.
Well, where Free go? He going to look for receipts for real? Is he serious?
That's what happens. With the thing with Free is he's in here with a champion. I debate anybody. It don't matter whether it's knockout, whether it's smoke, anybody. I'm the can man. BVO going there debate anybody.
Don't start capping. Don't start capping because I'm going to get the receipts. Don't start capping. I'm going to get the receipts. I'm not playing with you.
I love Free right here. I love this guy. And you see what he does, and he does a great job. This brother does an amazing job of saying absolutely nothing. But we just got to call it what it is. At the end of the day, man, he makes excuses for Devin Haney. A lot of guys do that. I don't know why they do that.
You said something about being spectacular and then a B minus, but can't you be spectacular sometime? You can't be spectacular all the time, or could you? If you human.
I say spectacular and just on the way he ended the fight.
Okay.
I feel like even LeBron's worst day is spectacular.
Okay.
So he's special. That's all I'm saying. There's no doubt what kind of fighter Matias is. It's just more or less, can he do it against somebody who can't? He beat the guy who worked at the sub shop. So the guy that cut gyro meat and fried chicken all day, that's the type of dude I'm worried about. You know what I mean? That's what he do. We already been to those Arabic stores. It is what it is. They've been there cutting gyro meat, frying chicken, frying fish, making subs.
In New
I don't
Jersey, it's
really,
called halal.
yeah. So that's what he was. One of them cats, you know. Hey, I got nothing but love for my Palestinian brothers, but hey, this is a dude that's cutting gyro meat all day. I'm not gonna give him no credit for that. I
He doing
mean,
that on the side, and he boxing.
hey, it just is what it is. And hold on, let me read this time real quick. My man,
All right.
Marky Dan said only Floyd looks spectacular 99% of his fights. I don't think that's true because we've seen Floyd Mayweather, rob, Castillo, and we've seen that. And salute to Tay in the chat. He said Matias gonna beat the brakes off of Teal. Come on, man, you don't believe that, man. You gotta stop smoking that K2, man. I heard it's very, very dangerous. Stay away from that K2. You be having hallucinating and all that. You better be careful with that, brother. But as you see, D3 doesn't want to smoke. That's what he does. You see, all of a sudden now he disappeared. He didn't win and got in the what's that?
Nigga, will you stop capping? You get killed on here every daggone day. You get killed on here every day.
You back now?
Will you stop capping?
Are you back? Are you back, man?
Nigga, I've been here the whole time. I ain't go nowhere. I've been here the whole time.
Ain't that funny? The Puerto Rican want to call me nigga all day. Ain't that crazy? That's why.
Hold up. You said you black, right? You said you black. Okay, nigga.
Okay, well, I don't know, but where I'm from, niggas ain't only black.
Okay? I know. That's what I'm saying.
They all colors. So while you looking for what you looking for, should we move on to the next thing?
Let's go to our next question.
Yes, we can. I can hear everything.
Let's go to the next question.
Okay, so the next question. Why is David Morrell not getting credit?
Because people don't know what they're watching. You're watching probably one of the most special fighters we've seen in a long time. And does he have 9 fights? Yes. But when I seen Floyd, when I seen Muhammad Ali, I knew what I was looking at. When I seen a little skinny kid named Mikey Garcia, I knew what I was seeing. When I seen a young, hungry lion at 135, Terrence Crawford, I knew he was the guy. So, I mean, the thing is, people don't want David Morrell to get going because once you get that train going, we're talking about maybe a Roy Jones Jr. run where he might be could go all the way up to heavyweight and win the title. That's how special Morrell is. I mean, we've seen him beat the life out of the dude, Hapu from The Simpsons. I mean, he beat the dude from pillar to post. I had never seen that. I've never seen a guy just beat somebody almost to death. It was crazy. It was like watching one of them Roman gladiator movies. I mean, Morrell is special. He told the so-called baddest man, David Benavidez, I'll take your shoes off your feet. People like you don't walk in my neighborhood. That's what he said.
Ooh,
he said he would take the shoes off. Anytime you talk about taking somebody's shoes off, that to me, that's jail talk for one.
Right. And hang up on the wire at the top like that, you mean?
And David Benavidez had nothing to say about that. He just said, okay, you probably can't hurt me. I'm not gonna fight you, I'm a ducking. What you think, Free? Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know why David Morrell don't get credit. I mean, I believe a lot of people want to see him fight more, but I have always said that I got David Morrell over everybody at 168. Ain't nothing changed. I knew what David Morrell when I saw him in his third fight. I was like, David Morrell is special. So I mean, a lot of people say he don't have enough fights. He only got 9 or 10 fights, so he hasn't done anything yet. But I mean, you can see the talent of David Morrell and know that he's a special talent. But yeah, I don't know why people don't give him credit just yet.
I mean, I think it's because really one of the main things is, and Free doesn't have but won't say this, it's because David Morrell is black. When you're a black fighter, you always getting slighted. I mean, it's just how it's been since the beginning of time. And
hold up. So how do David Morrell get the title of a black fighter even though he's Cuban, but I only get the title of a Puerto Rican? even though my ancestors come from Africa, because that's where that's where Puerto Ricans come from. They come from Africa. So how do I not get the title of a black man, but David Morrell do? He's Cuban.
Well, because he sounds like a black man. You sound like a Puerto Rican when you talk. It's the difference.
How do I sound like a Puerto Rican? I don't speak Spanish.
You might not speak Spanish, but you can tell that you're not from here. You talk funny. So that's why we can classify you as a Philly.
I'm definitely not from Cleveland. I'm from DC. I'm not from Cleveland. Definitely. You're absolutely right about that. I'm not from Cleveland.
I'll give you that. You're not from one of the greatest cities in the world. I give you that. But I'll say this.
Nigga, no, I'm from the most powerful city in the world. The most powerful city in the world.
Yeah, the most corrupt city in the world. I mean, but and you know what's funny? The funny thing about DC, people gotta remember, it's the land of the snitches, man. All the rats, all the famous rats you ever heard of, the Owl Poles, the Rayford Austins, all these guys live in DC. All the rats live in DC. But
dog, Owl Pole ain't from DC, from New York.
Well,
what
that's
you talking about?
Snitching DC. He's snitching DC.
He's from New York.
But he told everybody in DC.
He told on everybody in DC. He told on everybody in DC. What are you talking about?
Hey, well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get back to the question. I think with David Morrell, the funny thing about David Morrell is this. It's just, you know what? It's kind of funny, but if we're being totally honest, it's unfair that a lot of these young fighters don't get their just due. You look at David Morrell, he's been calling for David Benavidez. David Benavidez is doing the same thing that Canelo so-called is going to him. And it's like for him to really come in there, for David Benavidez to say he's a chopper champion, he got all these Mickey Mouse belts on. I'm a 3-time champion, I'm this and that. Dog, give Morrell his shot. The same shot that you say you want from a living legend like Canelo. Earn your shot. I seen Floyd George Mayweather Jr. told the same Miguel Cotto, who's a living legend now, hey, if you want to fight me, you got to fight Austin Sharp. After Austin Sharp beat the life out of Miguel Cotto, who's a soon to be Hall of Famer. So why does he not have to go through the test the same way Canelo did and earn his keep? It's just kind of funny at this point. I mean, Morrell is being denied his chance. I think he's ducking him. I think it's unfair. It's wrong that he's ducking him like this. One minute his father say, Jose Benavidez said, oh, we got a contract with Morrell. But you still ain't fought him? I mean, if there was anybody else that Freed liked, he would have a problem with that. It's just the same old biased behavior because Morrell is black. That's what it is.
Everybody's got a problem because they black, huh?
I can't deny that David Benavidez should fight Morrell. And the only exception to David Benavidez fighting Morrell is if he gets the shot with Canelo, because he's the mandatory for Canelo, or he's supposed to be the mandatory for Canelo. So if he gets that shot with Canelo, that's the only fight I could see David Benavidez taking over David Morrell. But if he's not getting that fight, he needs to fight David Morrell.
I mean, you know, and to be honest, that's one of the first times I heard my brother and my co-host D Free speak the truth. It's just a travesty, man, because to see David Morrell not get his opportunity, man, this is the same thing that so-called Benavidez is getting done to him. And it's just crazy. It's just one of them things where I can say, you know what? David Benavidez is a coward. He don't deserve a shot until he fight Morrell. But I'm gonna go our next question.
Hold up. So you thinking David Benavidez should fight Morrell before he fight Canelo?
Yeah.
What kind of sense does that make? The purpose of you fighting your way up is to fight the champion. So if you're the mandatory to the champion, you're supposed to fight the champion. That's what you fight for the mandatory spot for. That's what you fight for that spot for. You don't fight for that spot to go fight somebody else. You fight for that spot to fight the champion.
But what if Floyd tell Canelo, you got to be?
I don't care what Floyd say. I don't care what Floyd say. Floyd don't run boxing. I don't care what he say. I don't care what he say. What difference does it make? Since when is Floyd?
Take off fighter Mario. Take off fighter Mario. Take off fighter.
Since when is he running boxing? He don't fight no more. The only fighter he got that's fighting right now is he's a prospect coming up. He only had one fight, maybe two fights. So he ain't running boxing. So like I said, if you're fighting, because we always hear, oh, the belts matter, the belts matter. I hear everybody keep telling me that the belts matter when I keep saying the belts don't matter. Everybody keep telling me that the belts matter. So now that this man is in position to fight for the belts, now all of a sudden, oh no, he gotta go fight David Morrell. He shouldn't fight Canelo, even though he's supposed to be Canelo's mandatory. He shouldn't fight him. He should go take a step back and fight somebody else. But you're supposed to be taking a step forward to become a champion. Not only will he become a champion, he will be the champion because Canelo is undisputed. So him fighting Canelo is for all the belts.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the thing about Free, he didn't come up in the boxing that I watched. I watched people like Muhammad Ali,
Nigga, I got family that's fighting right now.
I'm just saying. This thing I'm saying. I've seen some of the greats. But before I say anything else, I forgot to do this. I want to give a big shout out to the Smoke Shop. If you're in the Akron Cleveland area, stop by the Smoke Shop for your edible, your flower needs. Great place. Also, I want to give another big shout out to the Breakfast Box. Like I said, they are just in the taste of Akron. And if you're in the Cleveland, Akron area, make sure you stop by the Breakfast Box. Great food, great people, known for their sipping grits. And you know what's funny? BVO's been there himself, so it's a great place. But to get back to what we're saying, I think it's funny you say that, man, because really, that's just a part of boxing. It's about seeing who's the best, going out there, trying to prove that you're the best. And I think what you're saying is a little disingenuous, Free, because all we want to do is see fighters fight the best. That's it. That's it. And I don't understand why, if you see what Morrell is, why would you be the guy if he's an easy fighter? You always say he's so easy. Go fight him. Go fight him.
I didn't. So you said we want to see the best fight the best. Right. So David Benavidez fighting Canelo is not the best fighting the best?
We know for a fact that Canelo is like that champion who really is kind of on the back end of his career. And we all know that he'll beat him easy.
So answer the question. David Benavidez fighting Canelo is not the best fighting the best?
It's the best fighting the best, but at the end of the day, you got to earn that shot. You got to earn it. You got to earn it.
What more can a man do by becoming the champion's mandatory? There's nothing else for him to dog. When you become the mandatory, there is nothing else to do to fight the champion. There's nothing else to do. You fight to become the mandatory. So you want him to take another fight to become the mandatory to the mandatory. That's what you want to do.
I'm gonna tell you this. Mandatory. Listen, this is the thing I'm gonna say. This is what I see when it comes to David Benavidez. He has a chance to be a special fighter. He goes in there with a guy like Morrell. They could probably fight 3 times, and you probably could put the second or third fight on pay-per-view. You're talking about a guy who can really create another rival with, and for the rest of his career, it could be something like a James Toney, Roy Jones Jr. type of thing. If he has the nuts to fight a guy like that, and those are the toughest fights, man.
So what's a bigger fight? What's a bigger fight? David Benavidez fighting Canelo and becoming the undisputed champion, and then Morrell becomes David Benavidez mandatory, or David Benavidez fighting David Morrell right now for nothing on the line. Because when David Benavidez becomes the undisputed champion by beating Canelo, David Morrell is the WBA regular champion, which means he can petition to mandate a fight with David Benavidez for undisputed, not for nothing.
And see, people like you are killing boxing. I just want you to know that. That's a cancerous statement to say. The fact that you don't want to see these 2 young lions fight. I'm gonna let them
I already said if David Benavidez don't get Canelo, he needs to fight Morrell. I already said that. The man
said he's going to 175 if he fight Canelo.
Well, then he will be a duck. He will be a duck. I already said if he doesn't get the fight with Canelo, he needs to fight Morrell. If he goes to 175, he's a duck. There's nothing around it.
Well, I never heard you say that before. That's the first time I ever heard you say that. That's the first time I ever heard you say that.
That's the first thing he said, I thought.
Thank you.
And so you know you got a moderator helping you out.
Thank you.
It's okay. Put the boxing gloves on. BVO's here. Go ahead, move on to the next question.
Does the Mexican y'all funny? Does the Mexican monster deserve a shot at a living legend in Canelo?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's easy work. It's easy work. Canelo's going to punish him. There's no win. Canelo beat him, or you beat a young pup. There's no winning for Canelo. And Canelo got bigger fish to fry. He got a guy coming a two division champion and Chance Crawford. He need to worry about. He need to worry about getting a rematch with Bibble. Maybe even fighting Baterbiak. He don't got time to fight no prospect like David Benavidez, bro. But I'll let you go.
Last time I checked, because I've been following the sport of boxing for roughly about 40 years. Last time I checked, when you become the undisputed champion, the only obligation that you have as the undisputed champion is to fight your mandatories. Last time I checked, David Benavidez is his mandatory. So you said, does he not deserve it? You saying no. There's nothing else for him to do to get that fight. There's nothing else for him to do. They wanted David Benavidez to fight Boo Boo, Caleb Plant, and Jamal Charlo in order to fight Canelo. He's already fought Caleb Plant and Boo Boo. Jamal Charlo just came back and fought his little brother. He just came back and fought his little brother. So he didn't already beat two.
Undisputed champion? Oh, okay.
Keep up. Come on, keep up. David Benavidez already fought two of those guys. He is the mandatory to Canelo Alvarez. So for you to say he doesn't deserve a shot for Canelo, that's like saying Jerron Boots Ennis didn't deserve a shot for Bud Crawford because he was his mandatory. That's like saying any other mandatory doesn't deserve a shot with the champion because you're their mandatory. That's the reason why you become the mandatory, to get your guaranteed shot with the champion. You don't become a mandatory to fight somebody else. You become a mandatory to get your guaranteed shot to fight the champion. So by being a mandatory, he deserved every right to a fight with Canelo Alvarez.
All I can say is, man, I want to send a big shout out to my brother, Clarence, man, my Muslim brother, man. Salami, eggs, and bacon to my brother, Clarence, man. Nothing but love to you. And we want to give a big shout out. My man Clarence has a haircut. Thank God to the great people at BVO Boxing, the great people at Roll with the Punches podcast. Clarence was able to get a haircut. Thank God. I know CB3 had something to do with it. I want to give him a lot of love for getting that man's haircut. The man hadn't had a haircut in years, and to see him get his haircut. It was beautiful. Oh, and shout out to my man Clarence. Just finished a brand new Tubi movie. I don't know what it's called. I think he was in there with Clifton Powell and Red Grant, somebody like that. But I'm going to send a big shout out to my man Clarence. He's doing his thing on Tubi. You can watch him on Tubi, Crackle, any of those internet apps. He's on there. He got movies. Man, speak to my brother. But I'll let you go, man. My bad. I had to shout my brother out.
What?
No, I want to give my brother Clarence a real live actor. He's been on Crackle. And he's been on Tubi, so he's been on a lot of the low budget, streaming services. So I want to give him a lot of love for doing it. He's doing his thing. He really is.
So you giving a shout out, but then you throwing a dig. You said
I'm not throwing a dig.
You said I'm giving him a shout out. Then he do low budget.
Well, I didn't even say low budget. I want to say conservative price movies. How's that? Conservative budget movies.
Let me ask you this, BVO, because
I thought mine was asking questions.
No, I said let me ask you, BVO, this, because it seemed like you don't want David Benavidez to get a shot at the championship. So if it was Tio as the mandatory to Josh Taylor, did he not deserve a shot?
No, he had to earn it. He had to fight a guy like Loma. He had to earn it. No. That's what they do. The greats do that. They have to earn it.
How do they earn it?
You go in there and you fight anybody to the champ so you can have a shot. That's how I usually go.
So the champion do what?
To the champion so you can have a shot.
Since when?
Since forever.
So
when the mob was in boxing, Ali had to fight a lot of guys before he got to Sonny Liston. He knew he could do Sonny Liston, but he had to go through a lot of guys to get that fight.
So why do we have mandatories then?
Man, you know for a fact the belts are corrupt.
Why do we have mandatories then?
I don't know why we have mandatories.
Because you don't know nothing about boxing. That's why you don't know. You don't know nothing about boxing. That's why you don't know.
The mandatories, to me, the mandatories are a joke because they apply to some, don't apply to others. It really depends on how famous you are or how much money you generate for the sport. That depends on what kind of champion you're going to be. They let Canelo do what he wants because he's the cash cow. I think Tank Davis has a Mickey Mouse belt from Orlando, Florida, that he's walking around as WBA champion.
Mickey
I don't
Mouse.
know why he has that on, but it is.
Tank Davis has never not fought a mandatory. He's fought every single mandatory he's ever had.
Yeah, he has. But
because that's what a champion does. A champion fights the mandatory.
But
that's what a champion does.
How come when he fights, though, you say it's mandatory? How come they only turn on the Mexican?
That's what a champion does. The champion fights his mandatory.
Why don't you fight no black fighters?
I know for a fact that's what champions does because that's all my cousin did. They couldn't get the fights with the other champions. He said, I'm not fighting no bums. I'm only going to fight my mandatories. Okay. That's why he was only fighting once a year because he was only fighting his mandatories because he couldn't get the other champions to unify with him. So he only fought his mandatories.
They stole, I'm going to be honest here, and I want to send a lot of love to Gary Russell Jr., one of my favorite fighters to watch. That man's career was stolen from him. The man got into it with Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr., and I really believe, I don't have any facts, now me speaking for D3, the man was blackballed. What happened to Gary Russell was an old school blackballing. The fact that MJ, all those guys did not want to fight him and ran from him, it's a travesty. This guy is not going to make the Hall of Fame, not because he didn't have the talent, because he didn't get the fight. And I think it's just terrible what happened to Gary Russell. That's really one of those stories in boxing where you got to say, let me finish. That's one of those stories in boxing which you will say is a story for young fighters to watch. You got to be careful who you talk to and be careful who you say something
whether
about.
Whether he was blackballed or not, the man only fought mandatories. That's all he fought. He didn't fight nobody else. He fought mandatories. He said, if I can't get the champion, I'm only fighting my mandatory because the mandatory are who you supposed to fight as a champion. You have only one obligation as a champion, and that's to fight your mandatory. You can try to unify. If you can't unify, your only obligation is to fight your mandatory. That's it. There is no other obligation as a champion.
And you know what's funny? And I'm going to tell you this. This is why my brother D3, I always have a job in boxing, because he's a company man. Whatever the books say, whatever the rules say, he's going to follow. It is what it is. I'm sure he endorsed.
I am not a company man. I am not a company man.
He endorsed.
I am far from a company man. I own my own company. I'm not a company man.
So you definitely a company man.
I own my own company. I'm not a company man.
So you
own my own.
So you're a company man for your company then?
No, but like I run it. You would be a company man for my company.
But you know what? Again, attacking a black man, I got nothing but love for you, brother. But let's go to the next question.
What's that?
Do we have any more questions?
No, I don't have any more. I know you see Free when it's off the rails with all these questions.
I'm waiting for him to come up with that those receipts that he was looking for.
He don't have them.
Oh, there we go.
He don't have them. He don't have them. That's the way it is.
Why don't you read some of the comments? What comments we getting? We getting
okay. We get some comments. Let me see. My man Tommy said, I'm a Puerto Rican born and raised in the hood. Shout out to Southview in the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx, man. They just had a building fall down and nobody cared at all. So salute to the people in the Bronx.
Sorry to hear that.
D3, he said, leaning up in his chair. My man said, salute my brother to you in the chat. My man Clarence, we talked about Clarence. My Sunni brother, he said, salute to your people, salute to mine, salute to D3. And then Clarence said, don't listen to him, Maya. And then he said, Tio ain't never lost his belt on a scale on pop for Coke. Benavidez could have been for Canelo. And that's a good comment right there. D3, the boxing historian, said it best. Tio ain't never lost his belt on the scale or pop Dodie with drugs. Benavidez has done all that. And then my man said, well, it's mandatory that BVO get surgery. Well, you know, it's mandatory that you go ahead and get a haircut. You got one. So salute to my brother Clarence. He got a haircut. We're gonna show him some love. And you know what? The thing was, when he got a haircut, he looked like a whole new man. You ever see those homeless people get the haircut? It reminded me of that. He had all this dry skin and
oh my God,
stuff on his face. He looked bad.
You're supposed to be reading comments, not taking digs. So let me ask a question. Why is the Mexican monster running from a Morrell fight?
I think it's just like what we spoke about before.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about really a tough fight. And anything, people want to take the road of less resistance. This is not unique to David Benavidez. I don't want to call him out for this. But a lot of people do that. People want to take the road that doesn't challenge them. They want to take the road that makes it easy for them. And it's just sad because people like David Benavidez are bad for boxing because you don't want to fight the best. You don't want to challenge yourself. I mean, Canelo did all this. If Canelo hadn't done it, if he hadn't beat Miguel Cotto, Sergey Kovalev, the legendary fighters, I don't know. I couldn't say much, but he beat Sugar Shane Mosley. I think he beat Dibble, but they stole it from him. It happens. The only fight that you could say that you see Canelo, he got in there with Floyd Mayweather, who's probably one of the best fighters we've seen in the last 100 years. So, there's no shame in that. My brother D. Freed makes some good points on, the mandatories being a certain way. But you know what? We don't want to hear that. We want to see you fight the best, man.
Right.
My man Marky Dancer asked me why he's still bootlegging CDs in 2023. I don't even own a CD player, man. But, salute to my man Marky Dan, man. I think he got his first pair of Jordans, man. Team Jordans. I don't think he had the real. I think he had some Team Jordans. So, salute to my brother, man. Salute to my brother Queso Boy, man. My Bayou brother, man. Queso Boy is the only guy I know that does seafood boils in pajamas and boots. So, salute to my brother Queso Boy.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead, Free. What you think about that question?
You just came back. You heard the question, or you want me to repeat it?
No, repeat it.
I said, why is the Mexican Monster running from a Morrell fight?
Because he know he won't get his ass whooped.
That was a simple answer.
See, Free know the truth. He know the truth. Morrell,
you said I know too, nigga. I was the one that put you on the Morrell. I said I got Morrell over everybody at 168. I've been on Morrell. That's not something new. Anybody that knows me know I got Morrell over everybody at 168. That's not something new.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't know you. Hey, that's a good answer. But the thing is this. David Benavidez is a fraud. He fought Caleb Plant after he got knocked out. He didn't want to fight Caleb Plant when Caleb Plant had a belt and he had a belt. They didn't fight. But we seen David Morrell leave his belt on the scale. Benavidez, my mistake. We seen Benavidez use recreational drugs to lose his belt. He even had a chance to fight Arthur Beterbiev and he didn't take it. So when it comes down, especially when it comes down to Benavidez, I want people to stop the cap, stop the lying, stop being dishonest.
He didn't take it because he's not at 175. He's at 168. I don't sit here and feed into the fact of a man at 175. I take that back. Arthur Beterbiev don't even know who David Benavidez is. Doesn't know who he is at all. So, no, this is coming from.
He don't know who anybody is, though.
No, Arthur Beterbiev. No, this is coming from Arthur Beterbiev's trainer. Arthur Beterbiev's trainer said Arthur doesn't know who David Benavidez is because he doesn't watch boxing. He doesn't follow boxing. He fights whoever they put in front of him. He don't know who these fighters are. He said if you can put David Benavidez in front of him and ask him who is this guy and say if you guess who this guy is, I give you $20 million. He say he would not know who he is. He don't follow boxing. He just fight. He don't follow boxing.
And
that's coming from his trainer. His trainer said he don't know who he is.
Say it again.
Is it normal for a boxer not to follow boxing?
I think that's just
no, it's not normal. It's not normal.
Yeah.
But he's not from this country. He's from Canada. Well, he's a Russian who lives in Canada now, but he's not from this country. So he doesn't follow boxing at all. All he do, and like I said, the only reason I know this is because I did an interview with his trainer last Friday, and this is what his trainer said. Trainer said he does not follow boxing. He comes in, he trains for the fighter that he's going to fight. That's all he knows. He don't care who has the belts. He don't follow nobody. He just fight whoever has the belt or whoever they put in front of him.
Salute to my man DS. He said salute to Maya, salute to D Free. And my man Marky Dan said, does D Free mispronounce names on purpose? And
he said D Free what?
He said, does D Free mispronounce names on purpose? And NP said, man, salute to my man NP, salute to my man Jake Gibson. I think the funny thing about it, when we talk about Arthur Beterbiev, he's a scary guy. He's from I don't know if it's Better Be, but Beterbiev, however you want to say it. I think he's from. I want to say he's from Yugoslavia originally, and he's actually living in Canada. But David Benavidez is very limited. He don't want to get in there with somebody like that. A guy like him would tear him from limb, so he knows better. David Benavidez is a classic, Mexican fighter. He's tall. He got curly hair. This is a guy who seemed like he could be something great, but he just ain't fought nobody yet, and we gotta wait till he fights him. We gotta wait till he fights somebody.
No, what you mean? What you mean he hasn't fought nobody yet? He fought Caleb Plant. He fought Boo Boo Andrade. He fought Anthony Durrell. What are you talking about? He hasn't fought nobody yet.
So you talking about a guy? You talking about two of those guys that already been knocked out before? So I mean,
whether they've been knocked out or not, he fought people. No, you saying he hasn't fought nobody?
Well, that's like me going into kindergarten class and knocking everybody out and saying I'm a heavyweight champion.
No,
it just don't matter because you ain't beat nobody. It's just that's what that's like.
This is why I don't get into the resume talk, because you're saying he hasn't fought nobody, but then with that same arguments, people are going to bring up, well, then who did David Morrell fight? That's why I don't get into those daggone resume talk, because David Morrell only has 10 fights. He hasn't fought nobody neither. Now, David Benavidez has fought more notable names than Morrell.
Well, we see Muhammad Ali lose to a guy who has 6 fights. So it don't matter how many fights you got. It really matters on what you bring to the table and how good you are. Because I remember people saying that Bud Crawford, including myself, I thought Bud Crawford would lose, but he didn't. He went in there and put on a masterclass performance. And you know what? I want to give a big shout out to my pick of fighter of the year, Terrence Crawford. You know what? A lot of people doubted you, man, but you really came in there and did your thing. Salute to him. He's a family man. Beautiful thing. Three-time Ring Magazine champion, 3-time lineal champion. Nothing but love and respect to my personal BVO fighter of the year is definitely going to be Terrence Bud Crawford.
Let me get this straight, because you got me confused. I don't know, because you said Terrence Crawford didn't fight nobody neither, so I thought he wasn't going to do so. Does it matter if he fought somebody, or it doesn't matter if he fought somebody? Because you got me all over the place.
I'm taking notes.
You got me all over the place.
I mean, the thing is this. D3, you're my brother. I love you, man. But you're really missing the boat on this.
No, you're the one saying all this stuff. I'm not saying it. You are.
You're missing the boat on this thing, man. This dude, David Benavidez, is going to get knocked out by Morrell. That's what they don't want to see. They don't want to tell you that he's going to get knocked out. Not beat up, knocked out cold, sleep, snoring. He's going to beat the curls off of David Benavidez, and that's why they don't want him to fight. And it's unfair because for a fact Benavidez not going to get that brother a shot if he become undisputed. He's going to run to 175, like he will. So, I mean, David Benavidez is a known liar. So is Jose Benavidez. Jose is probably one of the biggest liars in boxing, because one minute he had a contract with Morrell, one minute he don't. If you want to count beating up or blown up Boo Boo Andrade, who my man D3 said did not look good on 158. He said that. D3 said that when he fought Nichols. He said he did not look good on 158, but he still fought that guy. You want to give him credit for that guy? Or you want to give him credit for beating Caleb Plant, who got beat to death by Canelo? Canelo knocked him out cold, sleep, snoring. They had to drag him out the ring and carry him out on a gurney. So you want to tell me that's the guy you beat? You want credit for that? No, you didn't even stop him. Even though the ref did have a lot to do with that, I just got to say, you know what? If you want to come for unbiased boxing talk, you definitely got to check out the Roll with the Punches podcast. Salute to Mara for coming through. She's going to be doing some guest hosting for us. We can't say enough about that. But I got to say this.
So once again, you didn't answer my question. Do you want them to fight somebody or not? Because you saying David Benavidez hasn't fought nobody, but then you saying this person didn't fight nobody, but he's a good fighter because he didn't fight nobody, but he still prevailed. So I don't understand. If you want him to fight somebody, you don't, or it doesn't matter if he fights somebody or not. I don't understand. You got me lost.
Well, let's do this. I want to do this. We got almost 2,300 subscribers. If we get to 2,500 by the end of the year, me and D3 gonna give you a $200 cash app. So if we make it to 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year, we're giving away a $200 cash app. All you gotta do is
answer the question.
I'm just trying to get some promotion to the show, girl. I already beat him. I don't want to beat him no more. The guy already screaming, throw in the towel. And Freedy threw in the towel already. So I'm gonna let that top. But I'm gonna say this.
I didn't know what I was trying. I thought that was going on.
It's one of the things where I'm excited about what's going on with BVO Boxing. We're going into a new year. We're gonna be doing way more things on site. I got my playing stuff. I got my Southwest card. I'm ready. So your boy BVO is gonna be on the plane, going to these big fights. So we ready. But I gotta say this, man. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Salute to everybody that showed love to the podcast. I mean, I remember doing these in my car just for fun. And to see us go in 1 year, 1 million views, 2,200 subscribers, almost 2,300 subscribers. And you know what? It's hard to do because I can't get naked and get no subscribers. So salute to everybody, man, showing love. And you know what? I want to thank my brother Be Free. Even though he gets on here and gets cooked every week, week in, week out, I couldn't ask for a better partner. I mean, great insight on boxing. Very biased, very, very biased, but a great mind on boxing.
Ask your supporters, do I get cooked? Because I say differently. Bet you they say differently.
And you know what's funny? I'm not gonna do that to my brother Be Free because he knows that he can't beat me. He can't beat me in a debate. I'm gonna debate him one day. He don't know if he want to debate. He's still kind of scared because I stole one against knockout. You know, I got knockout down with a left hand, and he came up and finished me. But I did get him down with a left hand. So
oh god,
be happy about that. But like I said, tell me where they can find you at, Mike. Where can they find you?
You guys can find me on YouTube at Maya Says 23, Instagram, same thing, TikTok, same thing, Maya Says 23.
Hey, so check us out. You got 2 young black people trying to do something great, of course, and a Puerto Rican as well. We out here trying to give you great content day in, day out. It's not easy, man, but salute to everybody. And like I said, Devin Haney, I give him B+, B- performance. But I really want to give Bill Haney, former convicted felon, A+. For what Bill Haney has done is amazing. He turned a pillow fisted fighter into a real draw. So congratulations on this, brother, man. I really appreciate seeing what I'm seeing with Bill Haney. And you know what? Until next time, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy BVO Boxing. It's your boy D Free, aka the Puerto Rican Shannon Sharp. And of course, we got the Miss Beautiful Maya in the building. So we'll see you next time. Peace.
Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the battles? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show.